Folks, this is Luckstruck9 here, also known as Lucky, bringing you a video on more Python. This is part of my uh, video series on how to make Python programs and how to learn Python. So, this being one of the first videos, I hope you watched the install video. If not, it should be in the same playlist as this on YouTube. We're going to do the Hello World program. Basically, we're going to learn how to print stuff to the user. Now, in order to understand this in Python, everything you do is mostly based off of English, and most of the functions that you can use built into Python are made through English. Now, to output text, you need to write print. Oh, I'm still in my Chinese keyboard. You need to write print, open parentheses, and whatever you want to print to the user. Now, if you are printing a literal string, you would need to put quotation marks and have your stuff surrounded in quotation marks. Here is a string surrounded in quotation marks. We can do the same thing if we had a variable, let's say x equals, here is a string surrounded in quotation marks. We could also print x. So in the case you want to have literal words here, you would simply have the quotation marks surrounding it. If you want to have a string, this is a string by definition because it has two quotation marks around it and it's a combination of characters. This will print out the same thing twice. Very, very straightforward. Now, if, let us say, we have a variable and we want to print, and let's see, we have a name, and you want to combine the two strings. In our print statement, you would put x, the variable, comma, z. Now, you also can use a plus sign. If you use a plus sign, it inserts no space into it. So we'll have that. And if you use a comma, it automatically inserts a space. So if we run it, hi, how are you, Bill? Hi, how are you, Bill? One has a space, one doesn't. The one with the comma has a space. Now you may be wondering, why don't I just use the plus sign every time, because it guarantees there will be no gaps. If, for example, if you want to combine words together. Something important to know is that if we have an integer, let's say y equals 8, you cannot have print x plus y, because the computer will then treat it as if you're doing math, as if you're doing a mathematical operation using that plus sign. So, let's say we want to do you are blank, and we want to make sure that there's no space between the 8 and that colon and the 8. So we know y, it's going to be x and y. You can put the comma, but then at the end of your string, let's say you have whatever else you want, at the end you put another comma, and you write sep equals, and then you'd have what your no space there. What this stands for is separation. The separation is treated as the comma. The separation will equal a blank. So instead of this comma normally being a space, it'll now be treated as, in this entire print statement, the commas will represent whatever's in here. So I could actually put z here, and it would still work. It would do how are you z8. Ta-da, see? It put it in the space. Now you could put, here is a space. Run it. Here is a space. Very, very straightforward in that idea of having this be what the separation, because you're saying what the separation is equal to. In this case, the separation is equal to literally nothing. We want them to be close to each other. So these are the basics on how to use a print statement. Most of this information is very basic, and there are more things you can do with print statements, but we'll be covering those in later lessons. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.